Well, the last video, when I was mocking all this up and taping it up per the instructions, I was really struggling with my essential trimmer and some medicines that I'm on that just make that worse. And I was in a hurry and I didn't slow down, and I've got to take this slow. I just can't go like I used to. I hope none of you watching ever wind up in my position, but let's get on to something a little bit happier. So we're going to start gluing all these joints and using accelerator to lock them in. And we're going to go around where the tape is and do those areas, and then once we've got everything glued in, we'll go back and remove the tape and hit those spots just to get it all glued up. The instructions said to use slow CA, and when I think of slow CA, I always think of thick CA, and I've used a bunch of thick CA already in here, and I'm thinking more medium CA, so I know it'll penetrate just a little bit better. Thin is out of the question. You would never use thin to do a plywood to plywood bond. But first, I just want to check framed up. This thing is square that way, square over here. The tail pieces look level. I mean, it locks itself up into a pretty square package with this tab lock construction system. Of course, this particular kit came out before any of the new laser cut stuff and stuff like that. But for what it is, and the age that it comes from, I am really impressed with this kit. I will be super impressed to see somebody like the Boss Workbench, how their laser cut version comes out. Guys, I'm telling you, if you're looking for this plane, which is a Midwest Aerostar 60, you're looking for a bigger trainer, and everybody should have a trainer. I'm really impressed with how this goes together. I mean, I can only imagine if this was laser cut, how much better it would be. Anyway, we're going to start right up here at the top with this medium CA, and we're just going to run it right down there, and I'm watching it already soak up in there. I'm going to hit it with this accelerator, and I am holding pressure on it to help that stick together after I take a big old whiff of accelerator. Go. I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm just going to follow this joint. Go. Let that seep in there a little bit. And hit it with the accelerator. Hold that for a few seconds. Get my thumb stuck to it. And come down in this little section right here. And I'm going to come down all the way down this little section. Yeah, I'm thinking I like this a lot more than what the thick CA would have been like. It would have just sat up on top instead of getting down into the joints. Sometimes you just have to kind of make your own way when you're doing these things. Think about them some. You can see even now I'm shaking. I've shook all my life. Back when I flew before, people used to tell me I should fly float planes because I could be out on the water and I could have a crappie jig attached to the end of my antenna. That was back when we had big long antennas in the FM and PCM and AM days, and I could just jig for crappie and fly at the same time. But it has gotten worse as I've gotten older. Now at a certain point, we'll be going inside to do these formers and stuff that are on the inside. I will use thick CA for those just because I'm going to need that gap filling. And I don't mind if this isn't exactly perfect. That's what a sanding block is for. You learn that you can cure a lot of ills just with some good sanding, or even if it's too bad, you might take your Dremel or a rotary sander or something like that and hit it a little harder. I haven't done anything so bad so far that I got to get that drastic. I know my hat's probably getting in everybody's way. I just thought of that. And I know none of y'all want to watch me go and do this. I just did this section right here just so you could see kind of how we're going to go along. The instructions tell you a certain way to do it, and I'm sure that way they found this keeps this fuselage as square as it can be. I'm going to go ahead and finish all these glue joints, and then I'll get back to you.